All righty, folks, and here we are. Got a stranger joining us tonight, Mr. Russ Meadows. Welcome. Happy to have you here tonight.
Glad to be here.
Let me click on my little thing here and let that run down on the bottom. Welcome, everybody. Let's see.
Oh,
we already got a
quarantine.
yeah.
Just want to make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah, we got a ton of folks out here. I'm not going to try to do shout outs just yet because it'd take me half the night to do everything. Miter Mike, I see you out there. I sent you a link in case you want to join us. Russ said you might want to join us, so you've got a link in the Facebook thing if you want to come on there. Anyway, welcome everybody. Just a couple of hours ago, or maybe a little longer than that, I didn't really even have a show. We just decided we'd do the Q&A like we always do, and then I got an idea to do something else, so I started preparing that today, and then old buddy Russ started sending me stuff, so we got a whole bunch of stuff to show. So anyhow, I'm going to, I wanted to talk a little bit real quick about the quarantine challenge thing that you see going across the bottom of the screen here. What is it, April 18th? So there's still plenty of time to get in on the challenge. It is been going on a couple of weeks or so. We've had a bunch of awesome entries. I think I've got 19 so far. And a lot of good stuff. So if you want to get in on that, it's all for fun. Keep it light, keep it funny. But it's all just getting out in your shop and make something kind of about this crazy quarantine stuff that we're all going through. And you should be able to see, there's a link in the description below. I think Mike's joining us. There he is. Hey, Mike.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. So so like I said, you still got plenty of time after April 30th, and that's one reason I wanted to mention this tonight. Is after April 30th. That'll be kind of the official deadline, although you could still send me videos after that if you get them. But on May 1st, I will have a form on the website, davegatton.com, and anybody who's watching, so if you're watching this either live tonight or recorded, later, as long as it's before May the 16th, because that's the Saturday night that we'll be announcing the People's Choice, whoever got the most votes for the coolest video or coolest project. So you got plenty of time to do one if you want to do one. And if you would, like I said, after April 30th and in between May 16th, go to the website, check them out, and vote for your favorite one. And that will be how we are determining who gets the trophy that I'm working on, that I'd like to talk about just for a little bit. Been trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for a trophy. I've got one of the components done. I've got an idea. It's all still up here, most of it. But I've got an idea about one of the components. So I thought I would kind of give you like a sneak peek today of what that is. Ooh. This is what I've been working on here, right here. So y'all can let me know.
That's it? Dave?
What?
I'm a little disappointed. Isn't that a little small for a trophy? I mean, that's like Rob Schuster size. I mean, that's
really. Yeah. You don't like it?
No, that's not Gatton-esque. You need something bigger. No, I'm sorry, Dave. It's just
Okay. Well,
that's beneath. That's beneath.
How about this?
Now that's more like it.
Okay. And I've discovered that I can go even bigger than this. So.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Well,
what's the shipping cost going to be on that?
Hang on a second. Let me quote a famous friend of mine who has always said, if you can build it bigger, it's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, this is going to be one component of the trophy, and like I said, it may even end up being bigger than that because I found out I've got a lot more capacity than this one here. So
bigger is better.
But yeah, that's what they always say. So anyhow, okay.
That is fantastic. Yeah. First time I saw that, it's like that is just shocking, is what it is.
It was a lot of fun to make.
I'm telling you, if it didn't take so long to make 10 of those and do a Corona lawn bowling.
Well, I've got till the 16th of May, so I can make a bunch of them. But yeah, probably will be one a little bigger than that even. So anyhow, all right, let's. I should have already had this set up. Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm going to.
Mark Lindsay says you get no Oscar for this episode.
Excuse me. Let me find the. Where did that go? No,
don't press the red button.
That's not the one I'm looking for. It's probably right in front of me. There it is. There it is. See, I can't see nothing without my glasses. Well, what I wanted to do real quick, I got some really cool stuff that my buddy Russ sent me. So I'm gonna show those, and I wanted him on here so he can talk about them a little bit. But real quick, I wanted to give you guys just kind of a sneak preview. If you haven't seen any of the challenge videos, I did some screenshots, and I'm just going to kind of run through them real quick. Just say who they are, whose video it is, and some of them are kind of hard to get screenshots because when you're trying to wait for the video to get right to the spot and hit the buttons, it's kind of hard to do. But anyway, let me get this opened up here. And then I will screen share, and we'll go through these real quick. All right, this one is the Coronavirus 2020 Daily Planner. This entry was the first, and these are all in the order of how I received them, so no particular order. But this one is from Mike Haichu. He's got like a little spinny wheel, and he's got all the things for his daily planner, and then got a nice flag down here on the bottom. This one is from P&G Custom Woodworks. Nice flag there with the eagle. This one is from Brian Moomey. This is, if you can't, I hope y'all can tell what that is. It's like socks, and they're fixing to get in the dryer, and he says, "Stay together, you'll end up as toilet paper," because we've all heard about the stories about the toilet paper. So, all right, this was one I couldn't get a good screenshot of because it just really wasn't one in the video. But this is Dennis Killian, and it's some kind of a plaque that he was going to donate to the first responders or something like that. I think it says something about first responders on here. And like I said, that's about the best picture I could get from the video. This one is from JJ Woodshop. It says everybody was Kung Flu fighting. So nice take on that song. Let's see. And this one was probably one of my favorites. This one is from Crosscut Creations. It says, Mommy is getting Daddy a shop assistant. And if you can't tell what that is, That's looks like an ultrasound picture where they got a little one on the way. So congratulations to them, to both mom and dad on that one. I just thought that was a cool little project he did. This is one, as Hobby referred to it, as the Rob Schuster size. Bottle.
Oh, by the way, he questioned that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did it in the comments. Rob Schuster size.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
I enjoyed. If you guys watched that video, because Rob ribs Dave, and I found it hilarious. And I figure Rob I know has a hell of a sense of humor, which is why I said what I said.
Yeah. We felt safe in doing that joke, Rob, because of your video. So, but anyway, this is the first of two from Rob. This is the second one he did, and he did the bottle cap. I was social distancing before it was cool, and he's got the 2020 with the toilet paper rolls as 0, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Very nice carve there. This is from the Whimsical Woodworker. This is a cigar
ashtray.
I'm not a cigar person, so I don't know. But it looks like this is the state of Georgia cutout. And I don't know if I guess that's like the ashtray. And then you got a place for a lighter, and then some places for some extra cigars there. So let's see here. This is from, this is the second one from P&G Custom Woodworks. He did the one with the flag earlier, and this one says Coronavirus 2020, shelter at home, stay safe. And then has a cootie, I guess you'd call it, right there in the middle. So great job on that one. And this one, I've actually got two pictures because this one is where you can read it well. It says TP, or toilet paper DEFCON level. And then he's got 5, not worried. 4, I'm still good. 3, time to go buy more. 2, I can't find any, oh no. And 1, time to use the t-shirts. And then I've got the second picture where you can see he's got the rod here. So when you stack the toilet paper up, you know when you pull them off how close you're getting to having to use a t-shirt. So that's why I showed the two pictures, so that you could get the whole gist of the thing. But that's his second project. You can see the one that he did before over here on the table there.
It's pretty good.
Those were good. This one is from Jim Senecola. Did a take on the Don't Tread on Me theme. It says coronavirus, don't tread on me or don't infect me. So that was a nice one. This one was pretty cool. This is from Becca Miller. And it says Olympic Tokyo Games. Well, if you remember,
this is the first time I see this. This is great.
The Olympic symbol is all these rings, but they're actually like intertwined.
Yeah.
And of course, now with the social distancing, you got to have them apart. So I thought that was pretty clever to come up with that.
That's great
idea. This is one that's barely barely in the thing of keeping it clean here. So I'll let you decide what you think of that one. This was an interesting project too. This is from George Fondreska. Oh, that other one was from Ron Coffey, by the way. This one here. And this one's from George Fondreska. Very cool video. He uses, I think it's like I don't know. I can't remember from watching the video, but I think it's like a walnut veneer or something that he put in there underneath that. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. That's a good quote there. And this is one I had a hard time getting a picture of, so I've only got this one picture. But this is another entry by Mike Haichu, and it's really funny. He's got like a bin on top where he pours in the sawdust, and then he's got a bunch of gears, and he turns it on, and it rotates. and it manufactures toilet paper,
Oh, that's great.
or so he says. You'll have to go watch the video to see for sure, but that's a really funny one there. This one is by Stephen Kovneski. I hope I'm saying your name right. But this is another one of those little spinny things, and as you can see, it's always going to land on drink wine and hang out with my dog. So that was pretty clever. And here is one by Keith Painter. He made, and again, I'm trying to get screenshots, and I couldn't get one we could really see, but you can see what it is and what it does. It's this is all laser on here where it says hot pizza, and it's got the little pizza guy right here. But I don't know what, there's probably a technical name for these things, but it's a
Pizza peel.
Pizza what?
Peel.
Pizza peel. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then finally, the one we have so far, and again, I took a couple. He's got like, I don't know how many of these he shows, but these are like little, you know how you used to get the little Valentine's hearts?
Little candy hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, the little candy hearts and stuff. So this is kind of a take on that, where you can give these. And he says, I like a man with toilet paper. This one says, your mask is sexy. And he's got, I only got a couple of pictures here, but he's got like, I don't know, it must have a half a dozen of them on the thing there. But anyway, just wanted to run through those real quick. Again, if you haven't checked those out, you can look at them one of two ways. I have a playlist called the 2020 Quarantine CNC Challenge right here on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, when you get ready to vote, you can also go, because I've been putting them on a website, on my website page, and they're all in an order. So you can sit there and scroll down and watch every single one of them, just like you would in the playlist. And that's the page where I'll have the form after April 30th to vote for your favorite one. So there you go. Let me get this other stuff queued up here. Have we got any questions or anything over there, Javi? I have not even been looking over there.
I haven't seen any questions. Everybody's just commenting on all the different ones and
okay.
and everything.
Got a lot of folks out there.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can get these other pictures by Mr. Russ ready. And you know what?
Take your time, buddy.
All right, it's going to take me just a second here, because that last thing you sent, I don't know if you sent it email.
I sent a couple to your messenger.
Okay, well, that last one I never did grab, because I thought you were sending another one, but it's like a preview thing, right?
Yeah, it's a rendering.
Okay, all right. Well, let me go grab it, and then I will, if I can find, I thought I had, oh yeah, there it is. Let me grab it real quick and put it in the folder with the rest of the stuff.
It almost looks like it's cut, but it's a rendering.
Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay. All right, I think I got them all. So let me drop this down. Get this folder open. Now, do you want me to start with any particular one?
No, I don't care how you do it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all.
Because they're not numbered or anything. I mean, you've got them labeled, some of them, but they're just going to pop up however they pop up, you know. So let's go ahead and get one open here, and we'll just thumb through them, and you can talk about them all you want to. And I remembered seeing this one posted on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
you did it. I think
that's actually one of my favorites, for the fact of it's the only one so far that I've painted that I thought came out really well. You know, painting is not my forte, and this one I thought, man, that's absolutely gorgeous to me. specifically because of the paint job on it. It's about a 9x9, roughly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an alligator in the pond and a dock and all that stuff. But it came out really well.
And that's, I mean, it's not just you painted it. That's a lot of different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Those were acrylic paints, kind of like what you get at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or some of those places that I used. That's not even oil-based paints.
Mm-hmm.
And
How long did it take you, or did you keep up with how long to paint this whole deal?
I did not. I painted it over the course of 2 days, I think. But, that wasn't 2 solid days. That was just sitting at the kitchen table and daubing paints on. I think it may have taken me 2 days to get it to where I liked it.
That's
I still have that one right here. I kept that joker. I haven't. Can you all see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, now something with that much painting, I wouldn't even attempt it.
Well,
but it looks
my wife,
that kind of a carving, I think, looks better painted.
that's what I was about to say. My wife does not like me painting them because she says I suck at painting, and I have to agree with her. But I have to beg to differ with her because when I cut one, I almost know which one's that really need to be painted, and which ones don't, and stuff. And that one there to me was one that really needed painting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember how many hours were actually in that particular piece, but it wasn't a whole long time.
Yeah, well, I have to say, I think you did a fantastic job. For somebody who says they suck at painting, that's pretty dang good. It's that thing just had to be painted. It just wouldn't look, just be right. Just,
you wouldn't get the full depth of the carve.
That's exactly why. And I actually have a picture of it without any paint on it at all, and just putting a clear coat on it wouldn't have done anything for it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that brings out the depth of the photograph.
Yeah. I like that.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here what pops up next, because I don't even know what order these things are in. Or
that is a beagle that of a friend of ours that he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And is one of his wife's favorite dogs. And I told him to send me a picture, and I'll see if I can make a portrait out of it. And so he did, and that's what I came up with. That looks almost like the picture that he sent me, and that's all carved and stained. Even the white is stained.
Okay, now when you say carved, is it photo V carve or V carve or Aspire?
This one was Aspire. I have another one on there that was photo V carved, and it came out as well as it could be.
Yeah.
But this particular one was most of them were done in Aspire. I have one that was done with photo V carve. This one, like I said, this one is all different colors of stains. I try to get it as close to the picture as possible, and that's pretty doggone close.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the everything in there is stains and mixtures of stains. Where I thought, well, I don't have one that's just right, so I got me a little cup and I mixed a few up and see if I get close enough, and that's what I did. So you notice the body has 2 different colors of brown, and some of that was mixtures.
Yeah.
So that was a quick one. That's a small one. It's not very big.
Yeah. All right. Well done there. Let's see what pops up next here.
That one is a friend of ours from when my wife and I, when we went cruising. We met her on cruises, and that was actually one of my doings. That wasn't a model that I bought. Only thing I painted on that was just the hat.
I don't know if you got this question earlier. Did you answer the sanding sealer question?
No.
Wayne was asking on the last one, did you use sanding sealer before painting?
On which one? The dog one?
I'm assuming it's either the dog or the alligator. Probably the dog.
No. Did not. I didn't really think it needed anything, truthfully.
Right. No, it didn't.
Normally what I do, a process that I usually do is if I'm going to paint it, I will, after I sanded it and get all that off, then I will spray the either Mid-Wax or lacquer or something.
The alligator. It was the alligator, he says. He clarified.
The same way with that. I shoot a coat of clear on it.
Mm-hmm.
And once that's dry, that's when I start painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives me something to work off of.
Yep.
Wait, you mean to tell me after you CNC it, you have to sand it? I thought it did all the work for you.
That's just crazy talk.
A little. It depends. Not all of it.
Why do we have that button that says
if we did not have to sand it or do anything afterwards, then that's not woodworking.
Yeah, he just gets a piece of sandpaper out to rub it a little bit just so he can call it woodworking.
There you go, by God. It's not like, people just think you just throw the wood in there, push the button out the other end, comes a finished piece. It don't work that way. But that one there was my design from her portrait that I took a picture of. Mm-hmm. And I come up with that. And that's before I done anything to it other than just doing the hat. Okay. Now I did other things to it. This is one that I carved and painted, and it didn't come out as well as I wanted it to. And I have that one here as well, but I don't like it, and so it still sits here.
Well, hold it up and let's.
Oh, it's more cartoonish. After I got done, yeah. See, I didn't do so well on the face.
Okay.
It sucked. And that's why I have it sitting right here till I.
All right. Now do I have a picture of that in here as well?
That one. No, I just showed you. No.
Okay.
No, you just have that one now.
All right.
That particular one is one that was used in Photo V-Carve, and that's one of the first ones that I did. That's actually. Jason McGinn's dog that had passed.
Oh, okay.
And I told him to send me the picture and I'll see if I can do something with it. And it's it's like a 5x7, if that much.
Yeah.
And Photo V-Carve worked great. And I put stain on it and wiped it off. And that's almost a spitting image of the dog in his picture.
Oh, so Photo V-Carve actually takes a picture and it could draw it up for you?
That's kind of what Photo V-Carve does.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's the only one that I actually used Photo V-Carve on. Because I bought that as a bundle package when I got V-Carve Pro. And they had a bundle package. I saved $50 by getting them both.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do portraits, and I thought, well, that sounds good. I'll try that. And so that's how I did that.
And now it's all kind of in V-Carve Pro.
Yeah.
There's I didn't even realize it was in there. And then there's a thing with lithophanes and all this stuff already built. I guess they're trying to phase out the Photo V. Because I bought it as a bundle back years ago when I first bought V-Carve Pro. And it was like V-Carve Pro was version 4.6 or something way back. And it's never, as far as I know, they've never had an update or anything. It's been, it's been.
Well, V-Carve 10 has got way more to it now than what it used to have. And I don't have 10 yet. I'm at 9.5 point somewhere or other. And it doesn't have the lithophanes and stuff like that. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know when they started throwing it in there, but I noticed it when I got to playing around. I saw it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try to do a lithophane. Of course, it didn't turn out because I wasn't using the right kind of material. But I saw that it's and it was kind of like this is kind of like the the old photo V carve. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like Photo V Carve fine, but now that I got Aspire, I just use that.
yeah.
The Beagle that I showed you before, I did it first using Photo V Carve, and then I did it using Aspire, and Aspire was a little bit better, and made it look better than what Photo V Carve did. So that's why I didn't even bother putting up the Photo V Carve picture. I just threw that thing in the trash can.
Okay.
It was just better. This particular one, the frame was a model, and the portrait inside of it was one that I did. That was one of mine, and I just melded them together, and then carved it. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the.
So that's all one piece. That's not like an inside
Yeah.
piece. Oh, that's pretty cool.
and when you get to the Jesus portrait, it's the same way. That was two models, and both of them not mine. But the frame here is not mine. The portrait itself is.
Mhm.
And all I did with that was just clear coat it. I didn't do anything else other than clear coat those.
Yeah, I like that. Now, is that one of the free ones that come with the stuff, or is that one you had to get?
No, that's one that comes from the group that I'm in, the subscription place.
Oh, okay.
Part
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
That's one of his models.
I got you. I
He's
like
got
that. So,
I don't know how many frames, but that one fit this particular portrait best, and so that's what I used.
yeah, I like that. I like that one.
How long does a carve like that take?
They take a while. It just depends. It just depends. See, that was one of the first times that I had done it, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and so I did separate tool paths for the frame and the portrait, and because it didn't look like it was coming out the first time, where I really didn't have to do that. So I kind of messed myself up on that one. It took longer than it should have. Don't get me to telling you how long it took, because it's been too long. I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And I just want to point out too, and we should have brought this up earlier, I guess, is that Russ Meadows does not have a Gatton CNC.
I do not.
He has
I have the red exception out.
CNC. And, I always catch some flack sometimes for not showing enough love for the GarageWorks CNC guys and
That's
gals.
right.
So
There you go, Grant Davis. There you go.
yeah. So and Russ is the old record holder. We couldn't get by without bringing that up.
I had a feeling.
He's the old record holder of getting a machine delivered in the crates and then taking, I forget how long, months or whatever it was.
5 months. Just 5 months.
Which, really compared to Grant's record now, that's like small potatoes. So, because Grant, well, he put the little one together and he's still got the big one in the crate. So it's I forget how long it's been now, but he's definitely got probably what's going to be the all-time record.
He was over a year, I know.
Yeah.
So I was glad to have the monkey off my back, because every week I was getting that flack from y'all. Every week. Everybody was coming to the show to see how much flack I was going to get.
But see, you were such a slow starter, but look at you now. You're killing it with these things. Look at you.
I love it. This is a hummingbird that I originally detailed it up to be out of 1-inch wood, because I thought I had 1 inch out there. And when I went out there, I couldn't find a piece of 1 inch at all. I had 3/4. I said, let me try with 3/4. And this is what turned out. And it actually cut all the open parts, cut it by itself, because it was thin. And so I said, well, hell, that's perfect. I like it like that and stuff. So I can do another one that what it's supposed to be, but everything's filled in. This was for my wife, because she likes hummingbirds, but she did not want me to paint it at all.
I like it like that.
I don't think it needs to be painted.
Well, on something like that. To me, it needs to be painted because it brings out the detail better. And to each his own. It was for her, and she didn't want me to, so I didn't. I said, it's better for me if I don't have to.
Yeah.
And so I let it go. That's like about a 9x9.
What's that? Oak? Cherry?
Cherry.
Cherry?
I don't use oak, not too much. If I can get away from it, I don't.
Yeah.
But I like cherry and maple and walnut if I have it. Hickory if I get that, or mahogany if I get that. But yeah, that one is cherry.
Paduke, lignum vitae, orange
Well,
sage.
my cabinet place over here where I get my hardwood locally, they've just started getting into new exotic woods, and they got Paducah, Padock, however you say it, and Purple Heart and other stuff that he was mentioning. I said, man, y'all coming big time. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that. That's pretty
Thanks.
cool. All right, let's
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
blow this one up a little bit. Coming right at you.
That's Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Now, was this for a challenge, or is this just something you did?
That's just something I did.
Okay.
I liked the image, and that one had to be painted, and so I did that. And I went wishy-washy on the hair because I looked at the photo of the album that it was on, and it looked white with some yellow streaks because it was underneath a street lamp. And so I painted it yellow, and then I thought, man, that hair looks white. So I went ahead and I painted it white, and I put it out there, and nobody liked it with white hair. And so I went back to yellow, and I said, I still think it's white. And I said, screw it, I ain't messing with it no more. And I ended up putting it on the Facebook on my page, and Brian Gidney wanted it, so I sent it to Brian Gidney.
Okay, cool. I'm not necessarily an Iron Maiden fan, but I think that looks pretty cool.
Well, I just like the image. I didn't really listen to much of their music growing up, but
Yeah.
I really did like the image.
Alrighty.
Look what John Olthafer put.
Looks like Hobby when he runs out of Diet Coke, huh?
Yeah, could very well be.
Except for the hair. But
Except for the hair.
Yeah. All right, this is one of my favorites. When I looked at these earlier, tell me about this one.
Okay, this is a 10 by 14, and it's two models put together. The frame is a model by itself, and then the portrait is a model. And I welded them together and did the carve on it. Took a while. I can't remember exactly how many hours that took, but it, probably about, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 hours altogether.
I was going to say, you said 10 by 14. That's pretty good size for that much detail.
Yeah, it's 10 by 14. Yeah. I ended up selling this one. This is one of the few that I've actually sold.
Now, let me ask you a question on not just this, but pretty much anything that you do. Do you normally run a roughing pass and a finishing pass, or are you like some guys that just
I've seen that
and run the finishing pass?
I'll tell you the truth, from what I've seen and talking to people about that, it kind of depends on where you set your model in the material, where your zero plane is at, because I'm not going to set it down and like in the middle or the bottom, have all this open space up on the top that I have to go through to get to it and use my finishing bit on it to get to it. I will rough it. I've roughed almost every one of them. If the model is sitting at the top, then you can go ahead and just use your finishing if you choose to. But far as what I do, I rough it as well. You don't have to. It's each his own. But to me, that puts a lot of unnecessary weight on that finishing bit. To me.
Yeah, I agree. I always use a roughing pass as well.
Mm-hmm.
and let the finishing bit just hit the easy stuff.
Exactly.
That's my thought behind it, and I figure it's
Right.
Vectric's thought behind it. They wouldn't have
Exactly.
made that way, with the software.
Well, this particular portrait, the frame stops right where you see all the little beads around the portrait. That's where the frame stops.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had to fit the portrait into that, making everything touch and making it one solid piece that way. And then I just did my roughing and finishing tool pass on it.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. I love that.
Thank you. The after I carved it, I went ahead and I put 2 coats of lacquer, spray lacquer, on it, on the whole thing. And after that dried, I thought about it, and it looked good like that. And I thought about it for a little while, a day or so, and I thought, well, I think I need to have a frame on that. And this was already made with the frame built in. And so I thought about it, and I said, okay, I've got some Kona stain, Rust-Oleum Kona stain out there. That's almost black. That's a real dark brown. And I put 2 coats of that on the frame. I did it by hand first time with a rag, and then I went back and used a foam brush and let it dry and wiped it off. And that's how it sits with after another coat of clear on it. And that's how it was done.
It's
gorgeous.
That's my favorite so far. I have to say.
Well, the rest of them ain't going to do you no favors. I shot my load with that one.
Okay, now this one's pretty cool, but it looks like you don't have any finish on it at this point.
I didn't take a picture. I have one with the finish, but I didn't take it. I didn't.
Wait, you did that on the scroll saw?
No. This is actually a smaller version. Can y'all see this one?
Oh, hold on. Let me. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Hard to know which way to go with your hands. This wood, I did it as a small version, and of course, I didn't have the right thickness of wood, so it was really thin. And those some little pips around the edges, some of them go through. And it was really, really like a 1/16 of an inch or less in some places.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept that for me.
Okay. Well, this one here, let me blow it up just a little bit, get a little bigger.
Yeah, I liked that when I first saw it, the crown of thorns.
What's the thickness on that piece of wood?
1 inch.
1 inch. Wow.
That's what I started out with. Most of my stuff is 1 inch. I haven't done any glue ups to make any of them. Those are coming. I've got some things that are going to be thicker than 1 inch, and those are coming. But most of what I've done so far has been 1 inch thick, and I work with that.
What about the width? Do you ever glue anything up width-wise?
I haven't had to yet.
No.
I've been lucky enough to get wood in the size that I need, the width of it. The last things I got from the cabinet shop are 12-inch wide cherry boards, inch thick, and that's perfect. I said I have something just that size.
You're getting a lot of wonderful comments, positive comments on this particular one.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Now, is this a model that you got from that group you're in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They've got a lot of models, and most every one of them are outstanding. Too bad I can't tell y'all about joining because he's closed it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to
right
far into that, but
right.
Yeah, you're fortunate to be in with that
club
or group or whatever you call it, because he and I haven't seen all his stuff, but just from what I've seen you do, the guy does excellent work.
And this is not his main job. So, okay, this is one of the local news ladies that I had done another lady, a scroll saw portrait.
Mm-hmm.
And went up there, and the wife and I, and we gave it to her. Not this lady, but another one. And then I thought, well, let me see if I can make a 3D one. So that's kind of what I did here. It almost looks like her, but not quite. And so I did this one, and the finished product, I actually painted her earrings, the silver, to look like that and stuff. So everything is just like that one. And that's one of mine. Not, I did those. And then we went up there. I did this one. I did another one, and I did a portrait of one of the lady's dogs that she wanted me to do. And I did those, and then I brought them up to the news station and gave them to them.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Got my little picture
I think
with them.
that portraits of people are the hardest.
Yeah, all right. You'd be surprised, and I was when doing these, just exactly how much after it's done, you actually have to go in and do handwork with shading, shadowing, those kinds of things. Around the nose, it didn't look like her nose when I got done with it till I went back and I put the little shading marks on the tip of her nose and things like that to make it look similar to the picture. You may not be able to tell it from the picture as it is, but she's got these little marks on her nose, and that made all the difference as far as making it stand out more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More depth to it and stuff. That's what I really enjoy doing, those kinds of things like that.
Yeah. All righty. I think we've still got some more here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is the others you were talking about, I guess.
Right. Yeah. The first one is with her earrings painted. That's done. All of them are done. And, this one was the one, everyone I did myself. That's nobody else but mine. The dog in the middle, I did him. And this is the one for the lady that I already done the scroll saw portrait for. She wanted me to do her dog because she hadn't seen the 3D images at that point. And I said, after I did them, I said, you really gonna want a 3D portrait done? But she said, just do my dog. So she sent me some pictures of her dog, and I took that one and I carved it, and I had to mix stains together to get the right colors and hues for the dog and the backgrounds and stuff. But that's how it turned out. The only thing's not stained on it is his tongue.
The dog looks nice. Did you do the Dawn of the Dead on the right over there?
I did. I put a little bit too much black around her eyeballs. But that's how her picture looked. She had dark mascara.
That's an old girlfriend in Miami.
I'll tell her that next time I see her. Yeah, I was really pleased with the dog.
Oh, that one's nice.
That was a classmate of mine.
That turned out real well.
When we graduated high school, I did him, and
yeah, you could see that dated by the mutton chop.
yeah, the Elvis Presley sideburns. Yeah, that was one. I did one of his wife. His wife graduated with me, and he graduated a year after, and I really loved her picture in my annual. So I did a 3D of it, and it wasn't that great, but it was okay. And I showed it to her, and she liked it, but didn't say no more about it. Mm-hmm. And one day she popped up this photograph on there of her husband, and I took it, and I carved this from it. And I showed it to her, and she like it fell out of her seat. And I said, I'm going to give you the one I did of you. I said, but you and I pay for this one. And so I charged her $100 for that thing, and I got my money, and we were happy. But that's like an 8x10 roughly.
Yeah,
came out really well.
Yeah,
the coat, the jacket there, the gown, I should say, is painted, but everything else is stained.
All righty. Let's see what else we got here. I think this might be the last one. I'm not sure.
Probably.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of a cool scene.
Yeah.
That there is a street scene in Paris, and I did that for my daughter. Her and her husband went there, I think 2010. And
You got a date here on the side, 2011. Is that?
yeah, because they were there. Well, it was 2011 because the Prince William got married in 2010. They said so. They were supposedly there a year after he got married. So that's what I put on there. I put the KP plus JP 2011
Yeah.
on there, and I used the distort text thing on there to get that to lay down just the way it looks like it was engraved into the sidewalk and stuff. So that's how I did that. Yeah, that was a pretty neat one. I really enjoyed that one. And she used to drive a Volkswagen, so that was why I say, hey, that's perfect.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I like
cool.
it.
Got a little motorcycle in the background behind that lamppost right there.
I mean, it's got the depth to it and stuff. I like the way that looks.
Yeah. And I just went ahead and clear coated that thing. I didn't do much of anything to that.
Yeah. And not only that, but rotisserie chicken's on sale for $5.99.
Believe me, when I put that out there, Trevor Carter did me that. Rotisserie chicken, that's a good price.
Yep.
Oh, Trevor. Okay.
Yeah, I know somebody. All right.
Let me blow this one up as big as I can get it.
Well, this is one I was working with Mighty Mike for. And this model is not mine, but I changed some things on it. The original one where I put the Indian bow, the bow and arrow on here, that was not what was on the original. And I couldn't make out what the heck it was. It was supposed to be like a bow because it's an Indian right there. And so I went to the sculpting tools in Aspire, and I smoothed that thing completely out. And I went ahead and I put back the little pips like the texture. And then I took that bow and I put that bow in there and got that all in and leveled off. And then I come in and did the numbers. I learned something on those numbers because I was having one heck of a time getting those numbers to be on top. And I learned that once you can make it from back to front and stuff like that. I didn't never see that before, but I happened to right click on the doggone thing and I saw that. And that's what I needed. And so that's how it would look carved. And it's almost a spitting image of the original badge. The text, the numbers, it's the wrong font. I found the right one. I had it, didn't even know I had it. And so I'm going to redo the text part, the numbers, and then it'd be good to go. But that's pretty doggone close to the actual police bag.
So when will you be cutting this one?
I'm not.
Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Mike's gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was him, not me.
Now, how big is this gonna be?
Well, that's what I want to see. I want to try and do it 24 inches wide.
Okay. Well, this one is set up to do at 20. It's roughly 19 by 20 after the project board is.
What's the height?
20 by 20. Now that's right at 20 on the height. If I remember,
that might
right.
work. That might work. I still might have to glue up boards though.
Yeah, the width of it is around 19 plus, something like that. So it almost takes up the whole 20 by 20 project board.
Now, Russ, have you put any tool pass on this just to get a estimated time of what the cut time is going to be on something like this that big?
Yeah, it depends on what you use, because whenever I say most of my tool pass, my rough ends are using a 1/4 inch bit because I don't have a bigger one, and that would have been a god awful amount of time. So I went in and calculated it with a 1/2 inch end mill, and that saved a lot of time to rough it in. And the finishing tool path is a pretty good little while. I can't remember what it is.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's 19 inches wide and 20 inches tall, so it's going to take a while. But it's a whole lot better than it was when I had using that 1/4 inch end mill with using a 1/2 inch. Say I don't have a 1/2 inch, but I'm going to get one. And I found somebody was saying that they make a 1/2 inch end mill with a 1/4 inch shank, and I didn't know they did. But if they do, I'm gonna get one. And because I don't have a collet in my DeWalt for a 1/2 inch, I'd have to buy one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I think that is the last one. I think.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. It's the last one I added. So yeah, it's the last one. Okay. Cool.
Now, see, I just want to let all of y'all guys know that I am not an expert in this at all. I'm just having fun doing it. So if anybody can do this, you just stick it in and push a button.
Well, it tickles me that you're putting out this kind of work because, like I said, we know your history of leaving stuff in the crates and all that. So now that you were a late bloomer, it tickles me to see when you post stuff. I'm like, dang, look at there he goes again with a killer project. So,
well, I've got some more that are in the queue to be done. This is, I don't know if y'all can see this. Can y'all see what this is?
Oh yeah,
Ducks and a pond and the reeds and all that.
yeah,
that's one of them that's in my queue to do. I've already got it modeled. I just have to get the wood out there and do it. And I've got one where I've actually got that duck coming out of the picture. I probably posted it where that duck is not there. And the big duck is in his place, and he's actually coming out of the frame. And the frame just goes around him, and his head is sticking out off the frame.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
And that's modeled up to be done as well.
I got a comment for you, Russ. By the way, the definition of expert, you said you're not an expert, is a person who has a comprehensive and authoritative knowledge or a skill in a particular area. You have done so much of these carvings. I have no doubt that you have a particular skill in this area. So you consider yourself an expert when it comes to 3D modeling like that. Look, I mean,
Well, I appreciate this.
Say what you will, even taking a model and hitting a button, it's most people assume, oh, that's all you got to do with a CNC. It takes a little bit more than that. If you're Jesus, you had to put two models together.
Yeah.
That's not just borrowing somebody's model and just running it. It doesn't work that way. You got to have a particular skill set to be able to layer 3D images together. So yeah, expert.
Well, what Jerry was saying, he wants to bump up to Aspire to do that kind of stuff. With VCarve Pro, you could have carved those just like I did, without Aspire. The only thing you need Aspire for is to put more than one foreign model together in a project, because VCarve Pro will allow you to do one foreign STL, whatever you're using, along with any number of VCarve's Vectrix models, and as many as you want in there, but only one that is outside of Vectric. Now, once they're all together, if somebody was to give you a model that's, baked, it was more than one model together, like that Jesus portrait that I did, that's two, but I baked it into one.
Right.
So now I can export that. I can do whatever size I want. And if I want to put it with any of Vectric stuff, I can. I have no problems doing that because it's only one STL now. It's not two.
Yeah, and Jerry Brown said VCarve Pro will not turn a picture into model, though. No, but
no, it will carve the model if you have it.
Right, but Photo VCarve will.
Photo VCarve will, and it'll do a bang up job too.
Yeah. You can.
It's not as bad as as Aspire. They're roughly the same.
Now, for some of the stuff like like Russ is talking about, like the Jesus model and, you know, that kind of stuff, that would be hard to try to draw from scratch in Fusion 360 or SolidWorks or something like that. But for other things, and in particular, you know, I've been doing some rotary stuff here lately. You can, as long as you draw something in some other 3D software and save it as an STL, you can bring it in and do whatever you want to with VCarve Pro. It'll run it just fine.
Yeah,
But, you know, you can't. That's what you're paying the high dollars for with Aspire, is to the ability to have those modeling and drawing tools in it. So
for years, as a sign guy, I wouldn't draw up a cartoon figure or anything custom. It would be libraries and libraries and libraries of purchased clip art. The thing that you have to develop is, I mean, you could go through the trouble, but then you should consider yourself an artist at that point, not a CNC. That's not in the CNC realm. That's more in the artistic realm. 3D modeling, working with Fusion as an artist, but putting together pieces and manipulating pieces, adding and subtracting. I mean, that's far simpler. And if people have the stuff already cut out, I mean,
well, that's exactly the way I look at it as well. And Glenn Hellwig's saying the store is still open for file sales. Those are some of those sales that I can't give away. They're not mine to give. If they were, I would, but they're not.
I think he was talking about the website. He was talking about some website, and I don't know if it's the same guy you're talking about or not.
Yeah, he was talking earlier about the website.
He was saying the group is closed, but the website was still open.
Right.
To purchase.
He has a website that folks can go buy most of those patterns that I have individually, should they choose to.
But the people that are in that exclusive group, they get the really good stuff, right?
No, that's not how it is.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, and on his website, he's up to around 1,200 and some odd patterns on there that anybody can buy. Those of us that are in his subscription group, we're up at almost 1,400. We have exclusives that only for us, and he doesn't sell to anybody. Just for us, because we're subscribers. And his website will give you almost all of them for a price. Okay.
Well, are you comfortable with sharing his website address for other folks, or?
Yeah, it's 3dwave.org.
Oh, 3dwave.org. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it on there now.
Yeah, put it on there, and I don't think he'd mind getting a few extra sales.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the stuff is awesome for what I've seen. I'd like to go over there and take a look. I've bought a few here lately, but I'm really picky.
Right.
As far as, and in fact, in you well know, you guys, that in the Facebook group, I won't allow anybody to put a link for anybody that's selling 3D models. And it's simply because there's so many crooks out there.
There's a lot of piracy.
It's not going to have any of them on there. You know, you'll find your own. And if you want to buy pirated stuff or whatever, that's on you. Or maybe you'll pay for it and won't get it, or, you know, who knows. But yeah, because I kept having one guy, and you know the guy I'm talking about, he used to come around in all the groups, and he was always getting everybody else's stuff and selling it.
Yeah. Starts at the D and ends with an O.
He's been blocked from my groups for a long time because he kept trying to get in there.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm really picky, and I want to know that when I buy a model, that I'm buying it from the person or the company or whoever that did it. You know, this is not some joker that stole it and is selling it on the site. So the only thing I've ever bought up to now is from Design and Make, which is, you know, kind of part of the Vectric.
Right. They have good stuff as well.
And I like it because, you know, most there's different prices, but most things, the last two I bought, they're they're $25 a piece, but then
Yeah.
if you buy the 3 different styles, you can get it for 45, which makes them worth, like $15 a piece. So if you buy all 3 of the, you got the dish and then the
Right.
other 2 styles. But that's where I've been getting mine. But I would like to go take a look at that. You say it's 3D Wave.
Yeah, I like the models, but it is a slow website and very, very busy.
He's getting his stuff back together. He went to this.
I hope he gets a
because
new website designer because that thing's like slow as a cow.
Yeah, because of the privacy or the piracy issues.
Yeah.
He's almost decided to quit a couple times because of everybody stealing it and selling it or sharing it,
Selling it. Yep.
calling it as their own work when it's not.
Yeah.
And so he went ahead and closed it down to just the ones that are there, and only people that can join now are people that are in it, like me, recommend to join.
Yeah.
And you have to be sure that they're not going to sell them or share them,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Jerry's saying that he looked at it when I did tell him about it when I first started, and he thought he might not use most of what's there. And I don't care. I started out originally just plucking the ones that I thought I would like, and then my wife and I talked about it, and she said, "You're paying for them anyway. You may as well get them because it's not what you like, it's what somebody else might like.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have it, you can make a sale with that. Whether you like it or not is immaterial." So that's why I went ahead and I plucked every one of them. So I got all almost 1,400 sitting on the external hard drive at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as we go along, I'll get the rest of them. He puts out roughly about 40 to 60 a month, usually.
Wow.
And this is not his particular, I won't go too much into it, but this is not his living, by the way. This is a side job for him because he is a furniture maker. And he builds some.
Oh, he makes some nice stuff.
It's unbelievable what he does with furniture. I mean, he actually started a group that for folks that were in his subscribers that wanted to be in his furniture side to learn how to do his furniture.
Right.
And I got a couple of the fireplace mantles that I bought. I could get them cheaper than anybody outside could. And I haven't made them yet, but I've got them. And but he did a desk that it was being the presidential Oval Office. The son of a gun is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of CNC work on the front of it. Is beautiful, outstanding, and he's really good. He says he's not a master. He just got some skills and knows how to use the CNC, but he's not a master of it by any means.
Yeah.
But that's what he does for a living. And he does the models. He has designers that work with him. And he does the models on the side.
I'm not going to go check his site out tonight because being a Saturday night, I imagine it would be pretty slow. I will wait until some oddball night. And he's not in the U.S. too,
Oh,
right?
no. He's over in Moldova by the Ukraine area. And that makes people a little leery when you hear that. But this guy's on the up and up. He's as honest as they come.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no problems buying his stuff. And it takes PayPal. So if you don't like what you got, then tell him he'll fix it or give you your money back.
Yeah.
Those guys, he's a great artist. Absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to see what he puts out because, like I said, I've got 1,390 some odd now, and I don't know how many. I've got another year to go. Go see how much he puts out. Anyway, that's my story.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you so much, Russ, for coming on tonight. I know you've been a little gun shy.
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm not. I've been all my life. I've been sticking it to the man. And I said, I don't know if I can be the man.
There you go.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on. And hear you talking about the different projects you've done, and I can't wait to see the kind of stuff you do next.
I've got a bunch of them lined up in the queue, and I've got 100 on this page that I think I'm going to do next. I've got them all lined out, all the numbers. So which one I want to do next?
You're gonna have to get a second CNC going.
Oh, I wish I could. I need to build another shop.
Well, look right behind you. You could clear off that desk right there. Put another one.
Yeah, if I could get my wife out of here, then I might. But that wouldn't work. If you see my wife, one shot, and I'm down for the count, boy.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get out of here, Mike, have you got any kind of a McKenna update? I hadn't talked to you in a while. I see some stuff on Facebook. Looks like she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, she's doing great. We're going Monday for her 3-month checkup again, and I believe that everything will be fine on this next one. So it's just every 3 months we go. But she's doing good. Her hair's coming in. She had a little tiny ponytail last night. She was running around the house. She was loving it.
That's awesome.
If she needs some, I'll give her some of mine.
Yeah, she wanted to come out and cut on the scroll saw last week or 2 weeks ago when my other 2 daughters were out here, and she was on my lap and we were cutting, and I'm like, I can't. I need a different chair because it for both of us to sit. It was just too weird. I was holding her too much, and she won't get hurt on the scroll saw, but it's just she wants to take charge. She's like she's gonna give me no hair. That's what she's gonna. She's just like, she's the daredevil in the family. She's just like,
Well, good to hear she's doing well. I hope everything continues well for her.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to clear out of here. Thank you all for the thumbs up over there. It looks like it just jumped up a bunch. Thank you all for the thumbs down too. We'll take those. But we're going to get out of here. If I can find that button. There it is.
Thanks everybody for the comment.
Everybody have an awesome weekend. Be safe. We keep doing this shelter in place thing, I guess, till they say we can, and we bust out one. So, yep. Anyway, y'all stay safe. Stay away from them Corona cuties, and we will see y'all next week. See you guys.
See y'all. Thank y'all.
see you later.